Hey, what's up guys, this is Nan Kutari from Tech A Kinnick, and today we are going to talk about OnePlus 7 Pro, which unlocks your cell phone in 0.21 seconds. And what you can do in that time is blink your eyes twice. In this video, I'm going to cover everything: the build, camera, price, every specification of this cell phone, so stay tuned and keep watching. Alright, so without wasting any time, coming straight to the display, this time OnePlus 7 Pro gives you the first full screen 90Hz 1440p AMOLED display, and man, does it look good. It has a good brightness and it's viewable in pretty much any environment. You might be thinking, what difference does it make if you have a 90Hz display? And the difference is 100% noticeable when you actually hold the cell phone in your hand. It's super smooth and super... I'm not getting the word. Alright, so moving forward with software, it's using the latest technology, this Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 chip processor, and you can extend the RAM up to 12 gigabytes, which makes it super fast. It gives you the variant of 6 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, and 12 gigabytes. If you're not a hardcore gamer, you can go with the 8 gigabytes RAM as well, and it's not gonna affect your work. It's still gonna be amazingly fast for you. Get there amazingly fast. Isn't that a GTA cheat code? Alright, so talking about the cameras, it has a triple lens camera setup at the back, the standard 48 camera with 1.6 aperture and optical image stabilization, the 3x telephoto 8 megapixels camera with aperture of 2.4 with OIS, and the ultra wide angle camera with no OIS at aperture 2.2. So like I said in the start, it's completely full screen displays. So there is no notch on the display. So now the question is, where is the front facing camera? The OnePlus 7 Pro has a motorized camera, and because it is motorized, people lack trust in that thing. But OnePlus have claimed that they have tested their camera for around 300,000 times. That is 150 selfies per day for 5.5 years. I think that's more than enough. I hardly take 5 selfies a day. So yeah. Alright, so talking about the camera is pretty okay in this one. It's not too great, not like below the average or something like that. It's good enough for most of the people. The photo details are pretty okay. The daylight photos are good, but it looks a little bit more darker when there is not enough lighting. Alright, so talking about the battery life, obviously if you're getting a 90Hz cell phone which is going amazingly smooth, you'll have to sacrifice something for that thing, and that is the battery life. So the OnePlus 7 Pro comes with the 4000 mAh battery, and it drains in like 4 to 5 hours on power with 90Hz of display. But you can switch it to 60Hz, which will improve your battery life and last longer to like 7 to 8 hours on power, and that is the only thing you can do to improve your battery life. And it did came to my notice that OnePlus is trying to make it more dynamic. When you're playing games or something, when you don't need 90Hz, it will directly switch back to 60Hz and back and forth again and again when you're using your cell phone for other things. So that will improve your battery life a little bit, but until and unless the software update is outside, you cannot say anything. But I really don't think that it is a big problem, because OnePlus 7 Pro comes with a web charger which is claimed to be 38% faster than the normal chargers we have right now in the market. It charges your cell phone from 0 to 50% in just 20 minutes, and I think that's amazing. Although one more negative is it does not have wireless charging right now, because I think their web charger is pretty good enough to charge their cell phone. They actually don't need a wireless charging, which will reduce the speed of charging of their cell phone. So web charger is good enough. Moving forward with the build, we have dual speakers. The earpiece speaker grill is up at the top because we have no notch this time. It has a matte, not glossy, which makes it slippery, but you can buy a grip case for it if you need one. The fingerprint reader is right beneath the glass, and unlocking the phone is much faster, much quicker this time. On the side note, you can also use the front camera to do a face unlock, but I would not recommend that just because it's a motorized front camera and it will have to pop up back and again whenever you have to unlock the cell phone. So talking about the no-nos, it doesn't even have the headphone jack, and nor they have an IP rating, which would make it less water resistant like the other latest cell phones in the market. They do have a USB-C port which supports USB 3.1, which makes data transfer much faster if you do that a lot. Let me tell you guys the current cell phones you have: the iPhone 10 and the S10. and pixel. How can I forget that? In the market they have 60 hertz of display, and if you compare the cell phone, you will actually feel the difference, the smoothness to scroll, the switching back and forth of the application, and it's so fast, man. So after listening so much about this cell phone, about the high display quality, the 90 hertz AMOLED display, the 4000 milliamp power battery, it's really easy to assume that the cell phone will be very costly, like the S10 and the iPhone 10s in the market right now, which are close to $1,000. But the interesting thing about this cell phone, it's cheaper than iPhone 10R and Galaxy S10. The mirror gray version of this cell phone starts from the price of $669. The almond and the nebula blue start from $699. And if you want a high config or 12 gigabytes of RAM, you can go for the $749 nebula blue. Few of the cool things about this cell phone, it has a free fall detection for your front camera. So basically, if you're taking a selfie, if the cell phone slips from your hand, it will shut it immediately. Few of the software related things are it has a screen recorder this time, so amazing, who use it a lot, and I tend to use screen recording a lot in my phone. You can also set the Google Assistant as your default voice assistant, and you can set it on or off for the long press of power button or the software home button. So let me inform you guys, the cell phone which I used for this video was a 12 gigabytes RAM variant. And if you watched the video till here, do not forget to hit the like button, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get updated about the new cool tech in the market, so that you'll be on top of that and you can brag in front of your friends that you know your thing. Alright, so take care, bye bye, keep smiling and have a good one. Wait, what?